Sorry guys, the video died because I have an excessive amount of Netflix downloaded on my iPad for travelling. So yeah, so what have we added to the bon list? So we already had taste and and that, not that. So now we've got really sort of physical sensation generally. Yeah, we're using physical sensation generally. It's been added to that list. The bien list then on this website is going to go with moral judgment and an opinion. Okay, it's going to go with moral judgment and an opinion. So previously we've had, it's a favourable opinion. So moral judgment and an opinion, similar words. So if we go across to the list that we've got, so you've made great progress on the piano. C'est bien, it's great, That's more of a kind of like, I think that's cool. Rather than they went to vote, ils sont allés voter, c'est bien. That's more like, I think it's important that they went to vote. It's very important to vote. C'est bien, tu as compris, that's great, you've understood, c'est bien. Notice if it were c'est bien que tu aies compris, that would be subjunctive, because I know our mental focus right now is on bien versus bon, but if we still had a c'est bien plus a que, it's still a neutral expression, and unless that neutral impersonal expression, that means it's or an it is plus an adjective, that if we had that, we would need to make the first verb after the que subjunctive, unless the adjective was definite, like it's certain that he has spoken or something like that. So it's great. You've conquered your fear, c'est bien, tu as vaincu ta peur. So in other words, we are going with moral judgment and opinion. So let's go to another one. Let's go to FrenchTogether.com. That's the next one down. What's this one doing? Oh right, so this one is basically talking about bon and bien in general, which is great. I've already done a video on this, but let's see if any of these can then be sort of converted into usages of c'est bon and c'est bien. So, situations where you would use bon. So to talk about sensual pleasures, so can I be really clear? Sensual in English means of the senses. It doesn't just mean that niche thing where it's kind of like, I got a back massage with fragrant oil. I mean, it's to do with the senses. So taste, hearing, rather than just, sensual in a kind of, the way that it means it in that niche way. So, for example, this soup is good. Cette soupe est très bonne. We've got different words for soup in French because we've got different kinds of soup. You've got soup, potage, consommé, whatever. So, cette soupe est très bonne. Yeah. So, therefore, that's how you'd use bon with the sentence generally. So that carries across, as we know, into c'est bon rather than c'est bien. To say something is correct, this is a really, really important thing. So for example, if I said it's the right, he's the right guy for the job, c'est le bon mec pour le travail, as opposed to she's the wrong woman for the job. I'm not saying she's wrong because she's a woman. That would be la mauvaise femme pour le travail. Have you got the right, the right station? C'est la bonne. Have you got the right address? C'est la bonne adresse. Okay. So that then, in other words, using bon as saying something is correct, that will carry across into using bon with c'est bon. So, for example, an example on the website, c'est bon comme ça, is it right that way round? So say, for example, there was a hat, and you had the hat, and someone else was trying to put the hat on, and you felt that they'd got it the wrong way round, and then when they put it on the right way round, you said, that's right. That would be c'est bon. If you weren't sure what the correct way round was, but just one of the ways round that they had it, it kind of looked quite cool, and you went, oh, that looks good, that would be c'est bien. Okay? So c'est bon is kind of like that is the correct way. C'est bon. Okay? Likewise, to say something is enough. Yeah, this website's got some good stuff. So, vous voulez du sucre? Do you want some sugar? Non, c'est bon. So talking about wine, somebody's pouring me some wine. I say, no, thank you, that's enough, c'est bon. No more, that's enough, that's fine. If I said, yeah, it's great wine, c'est bien, Okay, so if I'm saying the wine is good, whatever, du bon vin, that's going to be bon generally. But basically, if I'm using it with the say expression, that's what we've got. Okay, carrying on down, to say someone is good at something, that's fine. So these look like bons that we're going to be using bon not with say. So all very interesting. By all means, read them on the website. But we've covered that in a previous video, bon versus bien, and this is c'est bien versus c'est bon. Or c'est bon versus c'est bien, whichever way around you want. So situations where you would use bien to express how you feel. So I feel good, je me sens bien rather than je me sens bon. Now it's a really popular video. I have done a video on se sentir versus ressentir versus sentir. Which, to very briefly recap, if you feel a feeling, it's going to be se sentir plus an adverb or an adjective. So je me sens bien, je me sens confortable, or whatever. If you feel something else, or you feel an opinion, so I feel his forehead, he was quite warm, or I feel that as an opinion, that would be sentir, je sens, or smell. If you said, still going with an emotion but feeling a noun, so the pride that I feel when you guys get stuff correct, or I feel a need to do these videos to help people, that would be ressentir, so je ressens. So it says feel will be quite good with c'est bien, to express how you feel. Well, that's not bad if you sort of go with this subjective rather than objective opinion, as in this is your honest opinion. But remember, so for example, to say something is correct, you might get confused with that. It's good, it's correct, would be, c'est bon. If it's enough, that's how you feel. So be careful on the definition of the word feel. But whereas you say that's enough, and that's correct, if you sort of thought, well, they're sort of definite facts rather than me for myself, how do I... Well, I don't know, because I suppose it's you that decides how much wine is enough. So, whatever. So I'm not sure I think that one lends itself so well to c'est bien. To express satisfaction generally, alors, il était bien ce film? Ouais, c'était bien. Yeah, okay, so that would be bien. I like, dislike something, really. These are all just usages of bien, really. So I think we're still pretty much covered. We're pretty much covered with what we've got, in bien and bon. Okay. So let's just go to another one. Let's just do a couple more. French together. C'est bon. Anything else on that that's going to give us any differentiation between the two? What does c'est bon mean? So it's good. Yeah. C'est bon. It's good. It's right. That's correct. We've talked about that one. So this is from French together. C'est bon. That's enough. That's fine. C'est bon. That's good in a sexy way, they say. So let's not remember it as the sexy one per se, but let's say physical sensations. Okay, and I apologise if you're under 18 and you're watching this, but there you go. So c'est bon, it feels good. Okay. Phrases with c'est bon. C'est un bon danseur. That's not c'est bon, that's c'est un bon. And we're obviously then going to use bon because danseur is a noun. C'est bon d'exprimer ses pensées. It's good to express your thoughts. That'd be like it feels good. Okay, so that would be feeling. C'est bon pour moi, as in, that's acceptable for me. That would be like, it's acceptable for me. So that would work with the bon definitions. It's good to know, c'est bon à savoir. So these are more expressions with bon rather than just c'est bon on its own. Okay? That's quite a useful little website.